Most agencies and brands are still manually launching ads one by one in Meta Ads Manager, clicking through hundreds of settings, uploading creatives, copying and pasting ad copy, and it's totally killing their margins. While your competitors are wasting 3-4 hours launching 50 ads, I'm going to show you how I built an n8n automation that does it in literally 5 minutes. And the crazy part is that this is the same system that allowed my media buyers at Adapted to increase their efficiency by over 3x. I'm going to show you the exact workflow, every single node, and how you can copy this into your own n8n account today. So here's what we're covering today. First, I'm going to show you the exact use case, why this matters, and how much time and money this actually saves you. Then I'm going to give you a full demonstration of the workflow in action so you can see it working live. After that, we'll do a top-level overview of how the whole system connects together, and finally, I'll break down each system step by step so you can understand exactly what's happening. Now, before we dive in, I need to tell you, this is not some basic workflow. This is a professional-grade automation that agencies charge a couple thousand for to build for their clients, but I'm going to show you exactly what goes into it. So if you want the full n8n workflow import directly into your account, you can find it at adapted.com, and I'll give you access to everything: the workflow, the Google Drive setup, the Meta API connections, all of it. Okay, so let me paint a picture of why I even built this in the first place. I was managing Facebook ads for about 8 different brands: fashion, kitchen products, gadgets, and every single week, my team and I were launching anywhere from 20 to 30 new ad creatives per client. Now, if you've ever run Meta Ads, you know the process. You go into the Ads Manager, you find the right campaign, you create a new ad, you upload the creative from your computer, but wait, first you have to download it from Google Drive or wherever your designer saved it. Then you upload it to Facebook, you wait for it to process, you copy and paste your ad copy, your headline, your description, you add your website URL, you add your UTM parameters if you're tracking properly, and then you realize you forgot to turn off some AI settings. So you scroll down, you turn them off. You also turn off the weird AI music thing that Facebook keeps adding to your videos. Then you finally hit publish. That's about 5 minutes per ad. And if you're launching 50 video ads, that's over 3 hours of just copy paste work. And here's the thing, clients don't care how long it takes to launch ads. They only care about results. So you're spending 4 hours on a task that doesn't directly generate revenue when you could be spending that time optimizing campaigns or analyzing data. So I thought, what if I could just fill out one simple form with a Google Drive link, that copy, the headline and the URL, and the whole ad set just launches automatically. That's exactly what this n8n workflow does. All right, so this is what the tool looks like on the back end. And in a moment, I'm going to show you how it works live as well. But just to quickly explain, it starts with a form, and the form decides which ad account it picks from, so you can use multiple ad accounts. Then it decides if it's an image or a video, and it goes on its own route depending on that. Then it merges all of them, and it creates the ad set, and it merges all of them together. And then it also posts on Slack, so you know that the ad set is ready. So just to show you some proof first, this is the ad account. I'll refresh it now. And the ad set is going to be built inside this testing campaign. So I'll refresh it again so we can see this is the stuff that we have at the moment. And now let's get to publishing. So we open up the flow. We're going to execute it from here right now, but in the future, you can also make it active. You can add a password to give to your team so no one from the outside can get to it. So let's click on it, execute workflow. It opens up the form. We select the brand that we're using for demo right now. Now it's going to ask us for the Google Drive link. So let's go and pick up the Google Drive link. It's here. So as you can see, we have some images here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 images. I'll take the link now. And let's put it in here. Let's call the ad set name YouTube. And let's get the URL now. The primary text that we want to use. Headline. And the description. So now we have to select the UTM tags. I've just pre-coded my favorite ones in here because we typically use the same ones for most of the brands. And let's click submit. So now coming back here, you can see the workflow is already in motion and it has just started downloading the files. So we'll wait a moment and then it will go on. So as you can see, it made the right choice. 9 images is going through the top route. Now it's publishing them to Facebook. So if you didn't know, Facebook has 2 systems in the background. So there's the publishing part, but then it has to be linked as an ad creative. So this is what's happening here right now at the moment. And now it has created the ad set and it's merging all of it together. And now finally it has finished uploading it. It took less than a minute, and let's go see our result. So as you can see, we have the new YouTube ad set here with all of the assets with the names that they had inside the Google Drive folder. And if we open up one of the assets, we can see that it has disabled the settings that we didn't like. So you can play around with those. You can select to keep the ones that you like and the ones that you don't like. We have the correct URL here. We have the correct asset, correct text, headline, description, everything like we set in the back end. And it has also turned off most of the AI features. So Facebook has made it in a way that there are certain AI things that you still can't turn off ever through the backend systems, but those are the, so to say, the most disruptive ones are turned off at the moment. So the relevant comments, adjust brightness, these are not the worst ones. So as you can see, it works pretty fast. It's really convenient and you don't have to use any outside tools for this except for n8n. So now I'll explain exactly step by step how this works and what goes into it. So as you saw, it all starts with the form. And the reason I chose this one is that you can have multiple options. So for example, if you have 5 different brands, you can add different options here and it will be able to choose the right one. I'll show you in a moment. And yeah, this is what it looks like if you want to pause and check it out. We have the options to put the UTMs here. We can add more field options if you have different UTMs for different accounts and so on. And then something that I found out was that certain types of texts Meta just kept rejecting, and very often it had to do with quotation marks. So I made a little script to clean up the quotation marks and to make it in a way that Meta ads accept. Then once the text is cleaned up, it takes the information on what exact ad account you want to use. And this goes through Google Sheets. So if we open up the Google Sheets now, I'm going to have to blur this, but we have the account name. So this has to match what's in n8n. Then we have the ad account ID here, the Facebook page ID, Instagram page ID, pixel ID, the campaign where you want the ads to go, the ad set to go, your country, the main country if you have, you can add multiple ones as well, the testing budget, which optimization setting you want, what website, what thumbnail are you going to use for that, and then what button you want to use. So there are more options as well, but we found it was enough to use these ones. And yeah, there are so many options what you can do, but this is what we went with. Then we have a filtering system. So it just checks that that account is correct with the one that you submitted in the form. And then it starts using Google Drive. So first it searches the folder, and then it decides if the folder matches with the settings that we need. So if it doesn't, it stops and it goes into error mode. It lets you know that the folder link was broken or the files in there aren't good enough. The files in there don't match the ones that can be uploaded to Meta. If it finds that the folder was fine, then it starts downloading the files. So Here we have the email that we're going to use. And the most important thing is that this credential that you use here, that it has access to the folder and the files. So it's going to download them. Then once it has them in its memory, then it's going to decide if it's images, if it's videos, or if there are files that it couldn't identify, then it might go into error mode as well and stop the workflow and let you know that you submitted the wrong kinds of files. Once it identifies images and videos, it goes into processes. So on the back end of Meta, images and videos have different settings, and so that's why we need multiple ones. And the reason we have the loop here is because you cannot submit too many files rapidly or Meta will start rejecting them. So there's a quick break and then it publishes the next one, and it does it for all of the files. And then it goes through the final step of creating the actual ad creative code, which is on the back end. If you just upload the video, it's not an ad, so the asset itself has to be linked up with an ad creative code. And once that's done, then it goes into the second input, which is creating the ad set. So depending on which settings you used, it will select if it's a 1-day click, if it's 7-day click, if it's 7-day click, 1-day view, and it will rename, so it will format it to make it match with other settings so that it can then be merged into one. And once you have both of these, then it links up the ad creators with ad sets, making the final step. And then it notifies you on Slack. So the Slack setting, it's nice to have, but it's really helpful and nice, especially if you're queuing a lot of different ads. Some of them, I mean, if you're uploading gigabytes of files, of course it takes a bit more time than a minute. So it's nice to see when it's all ready, and you can name your ad maker whatever you like. We named it the Meta Ads Launching AI as a friendly Meta Ads agent. It's just a way to bring a little bit of fun into the workflow. And yeah, that's how it works. Now, let me give you some pro tips that took me some time to figure out. Tip number 1 is to really understand the Meta Ads backend and to read the documentation. Even if you've been working in the ads manager yourself, it's a bit of a different system on the backend. And so when you're going into it, you think you know everything, but there are so many little details that are easy to skip. And one interesting way actually to analyze it was to take the documentation, scrape it, feed it into AI, and then talk with that documentation to learn. I feel like that really sped up my learning process. Tip number 2 is to have some kind of error system. So when something breaks, Meta typically gives you a specific error code that you can then look up to understand what happened. And so I wasted a lot of time chasing bugs that I could have just pulled through the right error codes. And I mean, if you can also link up the error codes to your Slack, that's even better. And tip number 3, I think in general, is to also seek help from people who have done stuff like this before. So even though it's quite simple, I still needed some support from a coder. So I looked up, I found a coding person who has worked with similar projects before, just to analyze the step-by-step sequences and things. All right, so let's recap what we just covered. We talked about the use case, how this automation saves you 3-4 hours per week per client. We did a live demonstration so you could see it working in real time. We broke down the top level overview of the steps, and then we went node by node through the entire workflow so you understand exactly how it works. Now, here's the thing. You can absolutely build this yourself from scratch. It will probably take you 10-ish hours, maybe less if you're familiar with n8n, maybe even more if you're new to it. Or you can just go to adapted.com and find the entire workflow pre-built, ready to import with all of the tutorials on how to link up your APIs, how to get the tokens, how to link up Google Drive, how to link up Meta API. You'll also also get access to my full tutorial on how to connect it with your backend. And if you don't have an n8n account yet, you can self-host it for free, or you can use their cloud version, which starts at like $20 a month. Totally worth it. The last thing I'll say is this: automation is not about being lazy. It's about being strategic. Every hour you save on manual tasks is an hour you can spend on getting better results for your clients, or getting new clients, or honestly just living your life. I run my entire agency remotely, and automations like this are a big reason why that's possible. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.